So I'm taking this trip all by myself. I'm going to go. I'm looking forward to meeting some other creatives. Just having a great time getting away and filling my mind with some inspiration. So come along. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm going to start with a confession. I have an obsession with old stringed instruments. Instruments that have broken parts, they're in disrepair, and they no longer sing like they were intended to sing. Some might say it's unpopular or even sacrilege to create art out of these instruments, but the workmanship and the craftsmanship that goes into them is just so incredibly beautiful that I believe they really need to be saved and continue to be enjoyed for years to come. In today's video, I'm transforming an old violin kit into stunning wall art using IOD transfers. But between you and me, this is more than just a DIY. It's a story about creative freedom, courage, and the beauty of saying yes in the face of fear and uncertainty.
I'm on my way to the paint workshop. Really excited about this event. It's a creative workshop, and it's hosted by Debbie Beard and by Dionne Woods in Edgerton, Wisconsin.
The inspiration for this violin wall art comes from my own backyard. I live along a woods, and it is a woods just filled with orioles, with robins, with hummingbirds. They've made it their playground, and I want to bring those birds right inside. Because this violin is a kit and it's raw wood, it needs a protective coating before we start to apply the transfers. So I've applied matte clear finish by Rust-Oleum in a couple of different coats to prep it. I'm going to draw all those natural elements indoors by using the Wild Bloomin' Transfer by IOD. It's full of insects, birds, botanicals, and just look how beautiful it looks up against that wood. Now I've chosen this floral centerpiece to be the back center of my violin. I trimmed it to size, laid it in place, and then gently, with medium pressure, used my transfer tool to transfer the image onto the back of the violin. I've got my camera all set up, just hoping that I can catch one of these beautiful birds snacking. Now, don't forget this really important step. Once your transfer is down, burnish it with the backing that the transfer was on, just to make sure that it's nicely adhered to your piece. And how fun, one of my little feathered friends actually got into one of the clips. And don't worry, I'm going to use up all those transfers. In fact, I love to make watercolor greeting cards with them. They're just beautiful, and who doesn't love to get a card in the mail? You know that terrified feeling you get when you walk into a room where you don't know anyone? Well, that's how I felt when I walked through the doors of the paint workshop.
I'm on my way. Got my Diet Coke. Anybody else just have to have Diet Coke when you take a road trip? For some reason, it's a special treat for me. So I'm taking this trip all by myself. I'm going to go. Looking forward to meeting some other creatives. Just having a great time getting away and filling my mind with some inspiration. So come along. I'm so excited. I gotta say, I've been a fan of Debbie Beard for a long, long time. She's been one of my favorite color and influencer. She probably doesn't like that word, but creative, maybe creative's a better word. She's just very inspirational and curious. I love people that are curious, and she's not afraid to be real, which is one of the things I really enjoy about her too, is she's not afraid to show her faults and be honest with her audience about those.
Here in the cute little town of Edgerton, Wisconsin.
The paint workshop started in a little shop in downtown Edgerton, Wisconsin called Styled Reverie. It's a shop full of eye candy. Take a look at the beautiful displays, the beautiful clothing that are available in this shop. It's a shop full of color, it's full of laughter, and over the next couple of days, it's going to be a shop full of fearless and the most creative women I've ever met. Styled Reverie is not just a clothing store. In fact, it's also a creative space, a space where workshops are held, where creative people like you and like me can go and work on projects, and she has all of the products and the tools that you could possibly need to bring your creative ideas to life. Now here's a little tip for you when you're working with raw wood that you have primed with a clear matte spray. If while you're trying to apply a transfer, you're having a little trouble with it sticking in some areas, you may need to carefully pull the transfer up, go back and spray the entire piece again lightly, let it dry, and then come back at it with your transfer. And that should help the transfer to adhere a little better. And this is the moment that I bring my feathered friends right into this piece. Meeting Debbie Beard of Debbie's Design Diary and Dionne Woods of the Turquoise Iris was up there pretty high on my list of things I'd love to be able to do in life, but I never expected that it was going to happen. So I was nervous, very nervous, but both of these gals are brilliant at bringing it home and making you feel comfortable. And by the time we all left, we felt like we had this sort of sisterhood of creativity going. It was just fantastic. Added a few more little flourishes to the top of the violin on the front, and then it was time to get to the sides. Now these were a little trickier to do, but with just a little time and patience you can do this. Both Dionne and Debbie painted a piece of furniture in their own classic styles, and as they were pulling their pieces together, they invited us up to take a brush and to help them complete their pieces. I've learned that there's really no wrong way to paint a piece of furniture. I just need to stop overthinking it and let the paint move. As the workshop came to a close, color just poured from every corner. Laughter was echoing off the walls, and I saw courageous women, including myself, step into a kind of creative freedom that many of us didn't even know we were craving. And my message to you, don't be afraid to play. Get messy, have fun, enjoy the process. This is the creative life. And so my old violin obsession continues. I think this old kit violin was worth saving, don't you? With a few transfers, some courage, and a little bit of creativity, we made this old violin kit just sing again.
All of the IOD products you've seen highlighted in this video can be purchased on my website at h2homedesigns.com. If you happen to be in the Green Bay area, I would love to have you drop by my booth space at This and That Vintage and Local Artisan Market in Howard, Wisconsin. If you've enjoyed this video today, drop a comment. I would enjoy hearing from you. Make sure that you subscribe so that you get all of the updates on my latest videos. And sharing is caring. Pass it along. I'd love to have you do that.
And take a look at what made an entrance into this big, beautiful world. It's a baby! Happy birthday, baby! And a special thanks goes out to Dionne Woods of the Turquoise Iris, Debbie Beard and Ellie of Debbie's Design Diary, and Kimberly of Styled Reverie. Thank you so much for giving us permission to be creative, to be bold, to be expressive, to be ourselves.